Welcome on into Cam's Corner to cap off our inaugural regular season. I know I'm sad too, but my producers don't give me a minute and a half to get sappy, so instead let's spend it spending money, that is. Well, Tom Bichelle, like you mentioned, it's a must-win Game 5 for the Bucks in the first round of the playoffs. A place that's been rather kind to Milwaukee over the last 6 years, breaking that mold and narrative of postseason mediocrity that haunted this franchise from the early 90s to the mid-2010s. Gutekunst also noting he'd love to bubble wrap Jordan Love to avoid injury, but also realizes the importance of giving preseason reps to QB1. Mike, earlier in the season we talked about the success of this team. 34 wins in the regular season, the franchise's most in 7 years. But as you know all too well, the regular season is different from the postseason. So why is this team ready for the playoffs?
You know what? I really like the group.
But entering her senior season, there was one box that Gresh had yet to check. Well, that was until last week when one left-handed layup gave her 14 points on the game and permanently etched Gracie into a class of her own here at Notre Dame.
Fishing, doing some golfing, depending on the day, hanging out with friends and family.
So I'll be the first to say I've fished before. I've never caught a fish. What advice would you give to someone that's never caught a fish to catch a fish?
Get a guide. Get a guide.
Well, what kind of guide?
Well, what kind of fish are you looking for?
And even though it seems like a yearly occurrence, Nina down at the state championships, this Rocket squad wasn't always destined for Madison. In fact, Nina started the year 4-6, but then the season took a turn. The fans here, they'll get their first glimpse of baseball here in 2024, and hopefully, Kyle, for me soon, I've been hearing about these Euro waffle fries. I'm hungry, and maybe I'll get a concession item as well. Again, anticipation, excitement, and hunger off of my part. That's all the feels of opening day. First half, all about AJ Green, though. Off the dish from Giannis. He got it from the corner. The next possession, it's Green again. He had 15 off the bench. The Bucks led by as much as 20, but then the Nets would tie things up in the fourth until Dame dishes to Jay Crowder to Giannis right down Broadway, plus the foul. 21 for the Greek Freak, trailing just Lillard, who led the way with 30. But I'll tell you what, his 12 assists might have played a bigger role. Over to Malik Beasley. Bottom, and yes, a shimmy for good measure. I can't dance like that, unfortunately. The Bucks win 115-108 in Giannis's return, and the Stars, well, they came to play.
Thanks for joining us, and perhaps we'll see you down the road.
Of course, and I'm not enjoying the snow that much, so I hope down the road means San Francisco and then a Super Bowl in Las Vegas.
Coming out.
When you think of summer baseball in Green Bay, no one embodies it more than a local athlete whose last name couldn't be more fitting.
To be here is honestly just truly a blessing. It's the best thing ever to be on a baseball diamond. It really is.
This is year number 7 for Summers as part of the Blue Ribbons, formerly known as the De Pere Dodgers, an organization he leads in career games played with nearly 250, as well as stolen bases, walks, and runs scored.
My grandpa would take me when the Billy Goats used to play, the Bullfrogs, and so now me being a fan to being a player it's pretty surreal. Getting goosebumps thinking about it right now. It's a full circle and it's amazing.
A dream on the diamond that started when Griffin was just 2 and carried into his high school career down the road at Green Bay Preble before playing college ball in Illinois. And even though this summer will cap off Griffin's baseball dream, it's the perfect way to say goodbye on the field he's called home for so long.
Well, I respect this organization and this field a lot. I owe my career to it a lot, honestly, basically the whole thing. So I'm just blessed that they give me the opportunity to come back every year and keep playing.
Especially considering where Griffin was in November of 2022.
2 years ago now on Leo Frigo or Tower Drive Bridge, I rolled my car 5 times and had some pretty sustainable injuries.
What was the first thing you thought about when the crash happened?
Honestly, probably just my mom. My mom's like my whole world, so first thing was I don't have my phone and I can't tell her, so I was kind of freaking out how she would find out that I'd be dead or alive or where I was, so that was probably my first concern.
How did baseball help you get through all of that?
Probably one of the only things to help me get through. Just feeling like home again and having sort of say a purpose after the crash and kind of being lost in life. It kind of brought me back to reality and brought me back to my roots.
How emotional does it get you thinking back to that moment to where you are now?
Trying to hold back some tears right now thinking about it, but words can't even explain it sometimes, man. After the crash, it's pretty surreal to even be able to, like you said, walk again, let alone swing a bat, catch a ball. Just playing baseball is, sometimes it feels like what I was meant on earth to do at times, just play baseball and make others happy, you know.
Which made Griffin's decision to wear a Blue Ribbons uniform for one final summer an easy one.
I just wanted them to see me play one more year, especially after the crash, and life's very precious. If I can still play, it'd be a waste not to play in my eyes, so I figured why not. Give it one more year, make some people happy, and I know it makes me happy, so that's the ultimate thing.
When you think of a 14-year-old athlete, you think of middle school competition, playing every sport under the sun, or even first learning how to play a sport. But for Neenah native Jack Brucks, he's racing well beyond his years.
Okay, just rev it up a few times. Here we go!
Ever since Jack was given his first bike at a young age, one thing was made very clear. It would be tough to get him off of it.
It was just, I loved it.
Love that quickly turned into an undeniable passion.
This is the 2023 two-stroke 250. This is the mile bike.
We're so proud. He's always had a knack for things with two wheels. I think he was probably 2 years old when we got him a Strider bike, which is one of those pedalless balance bikes for little kids. And he got on that thing and chased his older brother around, and he never had training wheels. And he just wants to be on two wheels all the time.
And now when you fast forward 12 years later, nothing's changed.
Wake up, load the bikes up, go to Quick Trip usually, and then just nervous up until practice, and then bike work for the rest of the day till the main.
I appreciate his passion. Yeah. I live my passion every day, and not a lot of people get to do that. That's unique. So I just appreciate that he knows what he loves and he wants to go for it, and it's what he lives by, sleeps by, eats by, drink, like that's all he wants.
A relentless pursuit to ride over and over again that would eventually pay dividends. Jack is a 6-time district champion in the state of Wisconsin, a 7-time national champion, and the 2023 Youth Rider of the Year.
Doesn't get much better than that for a kid. Yeah. Those are the awards, and he's gotten them all multiple times. Yeah.
But as Brucks keeps winning, his approach doesn't change.
I just think of it as it's like practice for the next one.
A mature mindset that parallels his work ethic.
Not a lot of kids get to take their passion and run with it, and he can, and he's doing it, and he's putting in the time, the effort, the energy, the work. He works really hard.
He rides every day. He does his own track prep on the track with the tractor, waters it, drags it, does it all on his own.
Benefits all around that inch Jack closer to becoming a professional. And even though he can't officially turn pro until he's 16, the donut-loving kid who resides on a horse farm in Neenah is still living his dream.
Riding is, when I get on it, it's just happy.
And well on his way to accomplishing his lifelong goal. In Neenah for Sports Extra, I'm Cameron Ezeir.